Family Guy takes no prisoners, but they especially love picking on these celebrities. Welcome to Wow Celebs, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities most often made fun of on Family Guy. For this list, we'll be looking at various celebrities who are often the subject of ridicule and parody on the Family Guy. To be eligible, the show must directly address their real public personas or acting performances. For that reason, Adam West will not be included, as he plays a highly fictionalized alternative dimension version with no connection to this real-world self. Let's get started with the 10 best Family Guy roasts of celebrities. Make sure you watch till the end for the best roastings of all. But before we begin, why don't you hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Now let's get started, shall we? Starting off with number 10, Kiss. Kiss plays a small role in the Family Guy canon, as Lois dated Gene Simmons before being famous. They clearly still have some sort of connection, as seen in Don't Make Me Over, when Gene uncoils his hilariously long tongue and says hello to Lois. However, they play a significant role in 2002's episode, Road to Europe, where Ace Frehley is portrayed as a bumbling doofus. Peter argues that no one wants to dress like Peter Criss. And who can forget the iconic fictional TV show, Kiss Save Santa, when the band is portrayed as a corny sellout reduced to doing a stupid Christmas movie. Then again, it doesn't get much more sentimental than Kiss. Continuing with number 9, Jay Leno. Speaking of late night hosts, Jay Leno doesn't always get off easy either. In fact, he arguably gets it worse. For one thing, they make fun of his physical appearance, as fictionalized Leno always appears with a massively exaggerated chin. They also take digs at his high-pitched voice, bizarre laugh, and delivery style in episodes I Dream of Jesus and Screams of Silence. Ironically, or perhaps sarcastically, Stewie is portrayed as a fan of Leno's, who's seen vehemently defending him after Peter makes fun of his terrible sense of humor in The King is Dead. And don't think that his fashion sense is off limits either, as in season 14's underage Peter takes a swipe at Leno's obsessive love of denim. So be thankful, Jimmy Fallon. Could be a lot worse. Moving on next, number 8, John Travolta. If there's one thing Family Guy desperately wants us to know, it's that John Travolta is a closeted homosexual. The first jab comes in Petergeist, when a cutaway shows Travolta getting confused during his wedding vows and mentioning his wife Kelly Preston's penis. In Mr. and Mrs. Stewie, Peter grows incensed over Lois's buying twin beds and compares a sexless arrangement to that of Travolta and Preston. In Big Fat, Quagmire procures Travolta's private plane after catching him sleeping with someone other than Preston. And finally, a cutaway in Peter's Def Jam shows Travolta as a pilot, encouraging his passengers to come out of the closet. Does Seth MacFarlane know something we don't? Number 7 of our list, John Goodman. Like John Travolta, most of the jabs aimed at John Goodman target a specific area, in this case, his weight. Perhaps the most famous crack on Goodman is the cutaway that shows him eating an entire Thanksgiving dinner by himself, while his family looks on. During a restaurant conversation, Stewie pressures Jillian to purge after a meal by comparing her meaty body to Goodman's, along with Ruben Studdard and Santa. We also see John grow concerned about hearing his heartbeat, which he mistakes for a boob stomach. But a particularly vicious double dig occurs in Hot Shots. Goodman is told his EKG reading spells out pancakes before needing a pair of horses to help him walk. It's mean-spirited as hell, but what do you expect? This is Family Guy. Going on number 6, Coldplay. Family Guy's writers and producers clearly aren't touched by Coldplay's music. In one hilarious cutaway, Peter is kicked out of the band after suggesting they change their signature style. In Valentine's Day in Quahog, Meg's date confidentially states his opinion of Coldplay about his own personal style. The writers also take a dig at their overly sentimental music. Clocks can be heard playing during a cliché fictional movie about a busy corporate woman finding love. Having endured criticism for being too sensitive, Coldplay is no stranger to jokes like these. They indeed take them in stride. Continuing with number 5, Jimmy Fallon. Having both evolved in the 2000s, Family Guy has had a front row seat to Jimmy Fallon's career, and they'd love to call it his quirks. In 2005, Peter beat Jimmy on Saturday Night Live for laughing and glancing at the camera too much, a criticism that was often directed towards him at the same time. When Fallon became the host of The Tonight Show, the jokes were aimed at his safe and corporate image. After failing to make a viral video, Peter mentions that they should have gotten Fallon to do something lame. In HTTD Pete, Pete watches The Tonight Show, where Jimmy emasculates Al Pacino by making him play a childish game. We don't think they care too much for his hosting duties, or his acting for that matter. Next we have number 4, Alec Baldwin. Much like John Goodman, Alec Baldwin is picked on his eating habits, which is a little weird considering he's not even that big. The first jab comes in season 4's I Take Thee Quagmire. In one of the most disturbing cutaways in the show's history, Baldwin is seen getting milked by his younger, less successful siblings. It's just weird. In Ratings Guy, Peter plays a game called Hungry Hungry Alec Baldwins, where in place of hippos, several Alecs gleefully devour the colored balls without Peter's involvement. And finally, in the Star Wars-inspired episode, It's a Trap, C-3PO Quagmire mistakes Jabba the Hutt for Alec Baldwin. Perhaps Alec's got a bit of an eating problem. Starting our top 3 loudly, Justin Bieber. Once upon a time, it was really cool to make fun of Justin Bieber, and Family Guy definitely jumped on that bandwagon. His most prominent appearance is in season 11's Lois Comes Out of Her Shell, when she attends his concert. A woman in the audience talks about his gender-fluid appeal. Once Peter takes over on stage, he presents Conway Twitty with an old-school Bieber haircut. A futuristic, elderly Stewie comes on Bieber and Katy Perry, being real music, in a hilarious jab at misclaimed nostalgia. Bieber is later described in An App a Day as a celebrity that became successful, despite exposing himself. Finally, in the song Thank the Whites, Peter states that the Biebs talks and dresses like black. Number 2, Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds is one of the most beloved actors of all time, and even Family Guy can't resist falling for his charms. But they do so, of course, in their own way. In the episode Follow the Money, Quagmire's transgender father, Ida Davis, is shown sarcastically complimenting him. In Farmer Guy, Peter is portrayed as the owner of a failed video store that only rented copies of Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock's movie, The Proposal. Reynolds' major appearance, however, comes in a season 10 Stewie Goes for a Drive, when he actually voices a homoerotic version of himself. Throughout the episode, Reynolds spends most of his time implying that he is attracted to Peter. He draws attention to his low-riding pants, tries to get his lower abdomen tickled, and gets way too intimate at dinner. If Ryan's not the best sport, we don't know who it is. And finally, number 1 on our list, James Woods. Unlike Adam West, James Woods actually plays himself, albeit with a few significant caveats. James first appeared in season 4's episode Peter's Got Woods as an insanely jealous, pretty, and neurotic person. His clash with Peter and Brian was so memorable that he became a regular antagonist on the show. He steals Peter's identity, ruins Brian's TV pilot, and even transfuses the life force of a 17-year-old girl so he can return from the dead. It was all very hilarious, but things seem to have turned sour between Woods and the show's producers, all because of his controversial tweets and his issue with some of their scripts. Ah well, it was fun while it lasted. What do you think? Family Guy is legendary, isn't it? Leave your opinion in the comments below. If you haven't already hit the like button, do it now. Likes help grow the channel. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell to receive more video content just like this one. We selected a few videos we think you're going to like. Just click to the right to watch them. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching Wow Celebs, and we'll see you on the next video.